All right, guys, good morning. So I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just share with you guys 6 tips to use for your business to help you get more leads and sales while using Facebook stories. And so this is something that you guys possibly have struggled with or not. So are you curious how you can use Facebook or Instagram stories for your business? And you want to know how it can make a difference in your business. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share with you guys 6 tips that will help you build your business and to get leads and sales. This could also help you guys with your timeline. But right now I'm just kind of sharing with you guys when it comes to your Facebook stories. Just to let you guys know, tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we will be going into deeper with our leader coach to teach you guys how to, pretty much dig deeper into teaching you guys how to gold mine for you with your Facebook stories. And having people message you for more information. And that's pretty much, the goal when it comes to, building a business online is actually having people message you on, either if it's curiosity, what is it that you're doing? If it's actually, building that relationship with people and engaging with them and actually having them just, want to buy from you just because it's you. So Facebook stories is another location where you guys could do this at. And when it comes to your timeline and figuring out who's going to see the post, with them and actually having them just, want to buy from you just because it's you. So Facebook stories is another location where you guys could do this at. And when it comes to your timeline and figuring out who's going to see the post can be pretty tough, just the way that Facebook works. And so when it comes to your actual Facebook stories, it makes it a little bit easier for one to know exactly who's seeing your post. Also because Facebook stories is on top of the timeline. It's, becoming very popular. It shows up first. And honestly, I've not really been looking at the Facebook timeline. I kind of pay more attention to the stories just because they're the first thing that appears. And they're very interactive and, a lot of things that you could possibly do. The truth is with Facebook stories, it allows you to be kind of messy. You can make those mistakes because it's going to go away in 24 hours. When it comes to your Facebook stories, you should be posting about 1 to 2 times a day. My goal is usually 5, just because, it just helps you stay on top of mind. And when it comes to Facebook stories, once someone sees that post, unless they go back, they're just going to see the new post. So I think it's super important. So my first tip is to focus on branding yourself, not the company you work for. So when it comes to posting on Facebook stories, make sure you're focused on branding you. Too many home business entrepreneurs, people that's possibly in their network marketing or in real estate, they're focused on building, sharing that they're with, let's say Mary Kay or all these different other companies. The truth is that these companies, they already have enough branding, but people don't know who we are. Another super important thing, the reason why it's super important is branding you, because if someone knows that you're with Mary Kay, all they have to do is Google Mary Kay, possibly find a product that's cheaper, or, they know someone that they're closer with that they're going to go with when it comes to Mary Kay. So because of this reason, it's super important that you're focused on branding yourself, not the products or the opportunity that you're looking for, or that people are looking at. And people do business with people, not companies. If you want to stand out, you must become a magnet. And you have to stand out all the noise on social media. Understanding that no one cares about your company, product, or services. They care about them and how you're going to help them. So that's why it's super important that we're a solution provider, that we're providing problems or solutions to people's problems. You show people your lifestyle within your stories. Facebook is a location to, people want to be social on Facebook. That's what it's for. So for that reason, it's super important that you're sharing your lifestyle, not just being spamsy and not just, super important. So tip number 2 is to share value. Become a person of value. You're always growing and learning, and it shouldn't be a problem. We're always super, whatever business you're in, you're most likely focused on self-improving, learning your craft and becoming a master at it. So for this reason, it should be easy to provide value to people you're talking to. And so that way you're not just, looking like a person that's just trying to take. You're actually, working towards providing other people, great information and actually sharing with people. And then honestly, the truth is when it comes to Facebook stories, you can be a little bit more salesy, that you can be on your timeline. When it comes to your timeline, Facebook does not like it when you're salesy. They don't like it when you're taking people off their page. They want to see that you're not being super salesy. So for this reason, it's super important that you understand that with your Facebook stories, you can be a little bit more salesy, but of course, making sure that you're providing value as well is super important. Like if you're new, it may feel like it's impossible to brand yourself, which honestly is not the truth. Like just sharing who you are, sharing the information that the information that you are learning is super important. Because for one, when it comes to providing value, it's just as simple as just sharing something you've learned. And to be an expert in something, you don't have to know everything. You just have to know more than the other person. So because of this, it's super important that you understand that even if you are brand new, you have something to share. Especially if you're brand new, I'm sure you are focused on learning and developing and becoming a master at your craft. So because of this, share what you're learning and, and that's how you're going to, become a leader in your industry. So tip number 3 is consistency is key. If you want to grow a loyal following, you have to be loyal to your followers. We have to serve them consistently. You should be posting on your Facebook stories at least one a day. And you can do it more, but at least to stay at top of mind at least once a day. And especially since posts are only last 24 hours. So if you're not posting more than 21 a day, by the time that tomorrow happens, you have nothing up there. So that's why it's super important that you're at least posting 1 or more a day. And of course, I said my goal is at least 5. And then when it comes to your actual Facebook timeline, you want to be posting about 3 to 5 times a day. And that's just because if you're posting too much on Facebook, they're actually the poster on your actual timeline, your posts are actually going to be competing with each other. So for that reason, it's super important that you're, and that's one nice thing about Facebook stories. You don't have to worry about that since they're at the top of the page. And Facebook is actually, it's a product that Facebook is actually wanting you to use. So tip number 4 is be authentic and be transparent. Trust me, this one is really, what people really want to see is you. People want to see the real you. People want to see who you are. Everyone is unique in their own way. The truth is you can't be like everyone else. So all you really can do is be you. I say it all the time, be you, boo-boo. And people will sense if you're being fake. People will sense, and that would actually make people not attracted to you if you're not being who you are. And the truth is we all have our own tribe out there, and it's important we are who we are. People are going to follow you just because you are the person you are. So it's super important. And hey, girl. So tip number 5 is to provide a solution to their problems, not just trying to pitch our products or services. We must be providing value and share solutions to their problems. Super important. And this is kind of where, if you can actually provide a solution to someone's problems with their products or with your products, that's where you can, actually make sales because you're actually providing a solution to their problems. And tip number 6, get started. Whatever you do, just get started. Understand that you're not going to be perfect when you just start out. It's going to take time to perfect what is it that you're doing when it comes to Facebook stories or whatever you do. So understanding that You're going to get better every day, and just to do it and get it done. Super important. And tip number 6, be patient. Remember, Rome wasn't built in one day, and neither will your social media presence. So because of this, it's super important that we stay consistent and understand that it takes time to get to where we want to go. And I think this is the biggest issue with all of us, is that we're looking for that microwave success. And the truth is, it does not exist. Somebody that you're possibly seeing that's a success, they took the time and they took the action that was needed, that was necessary to become successful. There's no such thing as a microwave success. And a lot of times when someone seems like they've had microwave success, all it was is that they were working in the background. And so we just look at them and we're like, oh, they have, they were successful like that. So we just have to understand that it does take time and it's not going to happen overnight. And a lot of times we have to have trial and error to figure out exactly what works and what does not work. So if you want a lasting business, you must have a strong foundation and game plan. Your greatest asset is you. So start investing in yourself, learn every day, self-improve, super important. And the truth is, you will be paid on your skill sets. And so a lot of us, we don't really understand this, and we're like, oh my gosh, like I don't understand why I'm not having the success with someone else. So it's super important that we're always improving every day, no matter the time that it takes to do what we need to do. And as I said, tomorrow night, we are going to be having a webinar to go deeper, to teach you guys how to get sales on Facebook using Facebook stories. Lindsay is the mentor of our community that I'm involved with when it comes to actually building a business online. So if you guys would like to go deeper into learning how to get sales using Facebook stories, please connect with me. It'll be tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you guys had an amazing 4th of July. I spent the 4th of July hanging out with the family and actually going out to St. George and spending some time with my coaches. But I will talk to you guys later, and we will have a great day.